everyone, so welcome to Dundee Elim YouTube channel. In this video content, we're gonna share something about the ladies ministry that's been happening in this church, and we hope you will get the wisdom that the ladies in this church already get from this session. So God bless you, and here we are.
Isn't it lovely being together? Yes. Been with me over this last few weeks, I tell you, in lots of tiny wee things, standing in front of chocolate in Tesco's, right through to some big things, and it's amazing because you just know that God's working on us and doing that. It's been fantastic. But particularly, like, the second session was about time, which I think resonated with an awful lot of us because, you know, it's the best and the most precious commodity we have. I need my glasses first. So, God reiterated to me that spiritual maturity takes time and needs constant deposits of time. So he showed me to be content with the small deposits, which I would get really frustrated about because I thought, that's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough. So you're just sort of flinging things in. But he has shown me to be content with small deposits of time, but to ensure that it is a constant deposit of time and not just little bits. That was really important. So I've changed some of my existing habits because of that, and I definitely know that it's better. It's working, and I feel so much more lively because of it within my walk. And then week 5 talked about wisdom. That was one of the things that's been coming throughout as well, isn't it? And one of the things he said that stuck with me was like, wise people know when they're in no condition to decide for themselves, by themselves. And I like that. It's good as well. Yeah, it's good. Because it's like, duh, yeah, that's it. It spoke to me a lot obviously. So I'm asking God for more wisdom than I've done before as well, I think. And I'm going to continue that for the rest of my life because we're always learning and we have to keep doing that, don't we? But the best thing for me over the last 6 weeks is how certainly at our table, how each of us have opened up, how each of us have been so honest with each other, because I do believe that women have such a need for that as well, and I think we don't get it in a lot of places. There's not a lot of safe places to do that, and I think it's so important. We've talked about very deep things that have happened, and as we've related to the topics, to these things that have happened, and I know without doubt that God has been healing us as well as teaching us. And I thank him for all that he's been doing.
I had a Mother's Day card, not from my children, but from a friend, and I just want to read it to you. Dear Audrey, we made cards at our house group this last week for Mother's Day. We were encouraged to remember our spiritual mothers, and I wanted to acknowledge that you are that to me. Thank you for the years of listening ear, encouragement and wisdom. I really appreciate how you have been a spiritual mother to me. I thought that was really lovely. Yeah. I've had a lot on my plate since I've moved up to Scotland. I've got a whole list of things that need working out with the home, and now John's died with his finances, so I've had to consult others for advice, okay? And a wise person listens to counsel. This is what I, you know, and how much I need wisdom in my different relationships, because a lot of my family are not believers, and you know, well, anyway, that's what I said. I can't go it alone. I definitely need others. Right? Most of all, I need God and his wisdom every single day in my life. Right? Reading the Bible is very important to me. When I first became a Christian, I was encouraged to do that and to get Bible notes as well. And it's a rock head, isn't it? For each one of us to listen to God's word and to surrender to His will. I have to admit, sometimes when I read, I said, don't challenge me to that. But there you are. Okay, so that's where I come in. All right?
Yeah. Hi. So I found the whole course very challenging in a good way. Last week we were given the paintbrush and it was speaking about how like our life was a canvas and just allow God to do His painting anyway. So then I was thinking, so I'd always had this very strong picture in my mind about my life, and then so I thought, well, what's it now? So anyway, so there's the purple flower, which for a long time in my life, right since I was a young child, I suffered from depression, and a lot of my journey over the past decades has been healing from this. And lots of people, as they prayed for me, would see a picture of this covered in flower and just encourage me to open up, trust God. So over 5 decades, this has happened, and coming up to a year and a half ago now, I'd say suddenly that deep feeling of sadness that I always had in me was gone. And I was like, wow. Gone as in this flower always felt like it was going to get squashed, trodden, and couldn't cope with life, whatever. And now this flower thinks, no, this is me, I'm here, it's going to be okay. And then I can't speak for everyone, but I think humanly speaking, then you all think, oh, so now I'm at this place. What can I do for you, God? Because, I can do anything. And this course has brought me back to the truth that God is not looking for us to do things for Him. I mean, we will do things for Him, and we can do things for Him, and I'm willing to do things for Him, but He's always most interested in us as a person, who we're becoming, how He's transforming us. And so so this next part of life is all about the roots, and in the roots it's all written the fruits of the Spirit. And for me, I think it's all about growth, particularly in self-control, in relation to eating sweet things. Don't be foolish. Stop it. Don't. Stop it. Just stop it. Also growth in prayer and fasting. So they're the things that I took from this course. So, and I really thank you for putting on this course, because it really has been a really great course. So thank you.
I think coming from my background, which many of you don't know, but during the session, many of you know some of my life challenges. Being an independent woman. Don't we all want that? Independence. But what this course has taught me, to be wise, you can't be independent. You need to rely on those around us, the good people around us, actually. Like he says, join the wise to be more wise. And to hold on to God for everything, and never losing faith. This past year has been very challenging for me, for us, in many ways. Family, finances, life, just life. And I think every one of us go through that. And I thank God for this course, because it's kicked my butt to pick up that stones and do what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
Because we're all praying for a purpose. And the purpose is in front of our eyes, but I forget, and I forgot what that purpose was, and how to pick it up and move forward. And I think the hardship of this past year has taken me to where this purpose is leading me in God's work. And it is this course that brought it out to me to wake up and do what I've always wanted to do. And I want to thank each of you here for being my sisters. Because without you, I won't be here. Because as much as we want to be independent, we always want to be loved. We want to be cared for by other people. And I'm always the one giving the caring. You never get much in return for it. And we think that God cares.
Yes.
But sometimes you need a sister. You need this group. People like this, the same place, like you said. And this has been my safe place. And your mama is special. I just want to say, this has been the best time of my life, because each session taught me how to get closer to Jesus, to be more like Him. And God, I pray for wisdom every day. I didn't know how to get it, but this has opened that door.
I think that God has major purposes and major plans for each one of us, and we'll just journey together and find out together. Cry, please do. Crying is so good for you. Laughing is good for you. We need to laugh, we need to cry, we need to dance. There's times where we need to be quiet. And each one of us has a gift. And that's what's going to be revealed to us through this year. How are we going to impact each other's lives? Not alone. Together. So be there for each other, bless each other. I'm just so excited, and I give all glory, all honor to God Almighty for bringing us together.